Hello everybody, this is Sonia Solarum back for another episode of Civ V, playing as the Shoshone. So let's get to it. So right now, we are building a whole bunch of universities, and we will be trying to get a university in our newest city, Shoot, which we're going to want to grow, and our happiness isn't terribly high. And it looks like we're going to be getting growth in our capital soon, as well as in Gaidaka. And I think we're going to want, if I actually let this grow the way it is, it looks like we're going to get some growth pretty much out of everywhere. So you know what, we're going to avoid growth for the time being. Can I change you up? I don't have any specialist tiles. I really need some specialists here. So I can try to avoid growth in this spot, actually. What can we do? We can buy this hill and switch to a bit more production. Don't know if we'll be able to do much in Timoak, actually. We should be able to prevent a Gaidaka from growing, but I kind of want a Gaidaka to grow a little bit more. You know what? I think I'm going to switch to prevent growth in Mosankani after this turn. So once we get to 16 pop, we'll slow down our growth just a little bit. Maybe get this hill. Let's see if there's somewhere else that we can build a mine or something. Not really, actually. I could try building a lumber mill over here, and I'll work that tile. Although I can also get some more market based, so get a little bit more gold. That's certainly possible, but there's a lot of food in here, so it is what it is. I guess we'll keep it like that. Let's look at a Gaidaka. A Gaidaka can actually slow down quite a bit, but I do kind of want one more population in there. And then once we get the universities, we'll switch over to specialists, and we should be all right. And then the other thing we can do is actually buy a Colosseum in here. Maybe try to find a way to improve some happiness. But for now, that should be alright. Okay, let's head to the next turn. Okay, so what is our victory condition going to be? What is our strategy going to be in the next few turns? I think we're going to be generating quite a bit of culture with our teepees, and I think we're going to have a fair amount of culture overall. So I'm not too worried about getting culture. That said, I don't think we're going to be advancing fast enough with our science, especially with the slow start that we had, to really be able to challenge for the wonders, the world wonders that we were trying to get. So I think we're going to have to forego trying to go for a cultural victory, but we will be able to go for a domination victory, I think. So that's probably what we're going to do. I'm just going to go for the gold here. You can head back home. So the way that we're going to go for a domination victory is targeting probably Songhai first. So we'll probably go for Gao. Then either Babylon, or we'll target Russia, depending on how strong Russia is and if they're threatening to win the game outright. If we can capture Moscow, we'll curtail much of what Russia's trying to do. No matter what they're doing, they'll still be a threat with some of these other cities here, but depending on how that war goes, we might be able to kind of take them down a notch. Hopefully we'll be able to do that, and then we'll be able to attack the rest of the capitals on our own terms. So we'll be able to attack Warsaw, we'll be able to attack, which is down here, we'll be able to attack Rio, we'll be able to attack Ulendi. The nice part is this map seems fairly wide open, so getting to Gao and getting to each one of these cities, I can literally go straight for their capital, not even worry about any of the other cities in the area, and just target the capital. So that's very good. But for now, let's just get to what we're trying to do. You can heal up a little bit. You can stay there. I'm going to have you go and improve the iron. We're going to need that very, very soon. Mosankani has grown, as we said it would. So we're working additional market and writers guild. As soon as the university comes online in 6 turns, we'll turn those on as well. And that should slow down our growth just a little touch as well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to play it by ear. We have 18 turns until growth there. So if we let Mosankani grow right now, we're actually going to end up with no growth out of Go Shoot for quite some time. I think I want to get up to at least 2. I probably should have gone for those sheep. Cool. We'll improve the iron first and then the sheep. You can go ahead and do a lumber mill over here. We're going to switch production to you very, very soon. So that has a lumber mill already. I mean, it's not great, but it does provide the 1 food and 2 production. So, it's okay. Not much more production we can really get here. We could put a mine on this hill. And I believe that's going to be where the city's going to grow as well. It's going to take away from the university a bit because it's got a jungle there. But that should be alright. Okay, you can just start heading in this direction. And yeah, we'll just improve that for now. You can just stay on this hill and kind of watch where the settler goes. Okay, so let's find our units that we're trying to move. Let's move you up to the border of Antwerp, and then we're going to go around and explore this way. You can go ahead and build a lumber mill there. You keep coming along in this direction. It's fine. Just stay there. They might settle a city soon. We'll see. And so let's take a look. We're going to get some growth out of Agaitica, and we're also going to get some growth out of Timoak in 10 turns. We are going to get that hill. I'm almost tempted to buy the hill and just put a put a mine right there. But I mean, we're going to be getting growth out of these 3 fish no matter what. I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and buy the Colosseum to improve our happiness. Yeah, we might want to do that. 680. Fortify till heal, and go to the next turn. So we're going to be getting Gallius's researched in the next turn. So that is fantastic. We also get additional trade routes. We're going to want to get some cargo ships up and running from there. And then for the war with Songhai, we're going to need some Gallius's, which will upgrade to frigates before we start the war. That's going to be the plan. And then this archer we're going to send back to our capital region. You can just sit tight right there. And I believe that's the next turn. So 4 turns until we get the university there. And then we'll get some growth over here. We might get Russia's religion, which wouldn't be too bad. Looks like they've captured a missionary. Not sure whose missionary that is. Somebody's missionary. So Sao Paulo has been founded over here. And we can start heading back to our region. I'm going to send that crossbowman to Agaitica, and then the other crossbowman down here. Let's just send you... might as well put him in the water right now. We're going to send him back to Timuac, actually. And you can go ahead and go into the water here. Embark. We've got some growth from Agaitica. And then Timuac and Agaitica are going to grow in 8 turns. Mosinkani in 9. And go shoot in 14. So we're going to be going into unhappiness pretty soon, actually. But this is going to provide 2 unhappiness, or 2 happiness, I should say. So that should offset that. I can go to this tile, and it's only going to be 7 turns. I think that's worth it. It's slowing down our lighthouse, but that's going to be worthwhile. Kind of want this workboat, but not yet. Okay, so Go Shoot has taken on the religion of Russia, which is awesome. You can head over this way. We're going to prioritize exploring around in this direction to see the rest of Songhai's cities. You can come back over this way. And then you can come over this way. And you go into the water there. Okay, next town. Or next turn. Not next town. We're almost there for our university in the capital. These 2 universities over here are coming along pretty soon as well. I should look into seeing if I can trade some resources. Horses we could probably trade away, although we want them for the Comanche riders. I don't think we're going to be quite there when... Head over this way. I'm tempted to buy that. Not gonna lie. What can we do here? There's not a lot of roads that we can build. I mean, we can build roads, but they're not gonna give us anything. So I'm gonna send... I mean, I can build farms, but I really don't want to do that. I need guilds to get some more... So if I go down here... I mean, guilds are only going to give me 1 gold on this tile anyways. So I don't really want to work that tile. I mean, I'm better off working these random ocean tiles. So I don't know if there's anything really to do around here. So let's send you over here. I kind of just wasted a turn there, but that's alright. I think I've got enough workers going on here. Once we get guilds, we'll probably want a few more improvements, and we might want to improve this hill. Just some random little things. My other city down here needs a lot of improvements. But we're not really working much yet anyways. Okay, Mosankani is done. So we can... Let's start with a harbor. It's going to get us a little bit more gold, and it's also going to allow us to get some city connections going. And then we'll probably go into either a caravan or a galleass. Or not a caravan, a cargo ship or galleass. But we'll see when we get there. Okay. Oh, I should check my universities are being worked. My cursor way over to the side there. Okay. So let's see. We'll move you around this way. But they only have 3 cities. They only have 3 cities. Interesting. You can go into the capital, and I'll just put you on alert there. And you start working the universities. Please and thank you. We might even want you working these tiles right here with the jungle on them. We do lose a bit of culture. It's taking it from the teepees. Is there anything we're willing to trade for culture? Maybe a little bit of food? I think that's enough for now. We'll still get some growth. And we are getting 3 culture from these riders anyways. I mean, I could trade this in for 2 extra food, an extra hammer, and some culture. But that's good enough for now. Once we get a bit more happiness, we'll probably want to look at optimizing the growth here. Okay, you have iron working. Let's just take a look at our what we're studying here. We could probably just head around in this direction. Yeah, looks like it. You head back this way. Oh, we got a research agreement complete. That's why. What do you want to work on? How many turns until you go to another? You know what? Let's build a farm over here. And then you can just start heading towards that city. Before I do that, we're going to want to build... Okay, the lighthouse is going to be built there. Then we're going to build a library. And that's going to improve once we grow and we get a bit more production here. And we can even switch to this iron tile. I'm not sure if I'm going to get some additional... Actually, it's going to be like the sheep, although I'm going to be able to improve the sheep very, very soon. I might want to get one of these hills improved with a mine on it, and then sacrifice the growth, which we're going to have trouble with anyways because of our happiness, and switch to a bit more of a production-heavy sort of a setup. I could even have two... I could have 2 hills going at the same time with mines on them. And that would allow me to produce this library much, much faster. And then I'll probably just try to buy the university. But we'll see. For now, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this Colosseum. I'm going to want to let some more growth happen. And we'll go from there. Yeah, the growth is happening really fast, actually. But it's so fast that we're not able to keep up with our production in order to meet the happiness needs that we want. So we can build Circus Maximus. Actually, we should probably be looking at that. I think we just needed the Colosseum in... It's interesting, there's another goodie hut up there. But I think we needed the Colosseum in Go Shoot before we were able to do that. You can go ahead and build me a farm, and then you keep moving towards Gattaca. Okay, what do we want to research? The caravels are important, but we're not going to be getting to it anytime soon. Faster embarked movements and allow embarked units to cross oceans. It's not terribly important. We do want to get higher up on this end in order to get something better with our Oxford University. And then I also want to check one more thing here. Let's check my spy. I've got 27 turns until I'm going to steal something from Songhai, and they do have a few technologies. I might try stealing navigation with my spy, and then popping something like chemistry with my Oxford College. I think that's a little bit of a better plan. But I'm going to need guilds, and then I think I'm going to go for astronomy, and then backfill up to gunpowder. We might kind of want the ironworks up and running at some point because we do need the extra production. But for now, I think that's what we're going to be concentrating, and then we'll probably go into machinery and get that. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Okay, let's go with that. We're about to grow. We're about to get the workshops, actually, which is going to be important. We're going to want to get those up in pretty much all of our cities because, especially somewhere like Timoak, we won't be able to do much with the tiles. We'll have a ton of growth, but then we'll be working like all these ocean tiles. And even if we improve the desert tiles, they're not all that useful. We might be able to put like great person improvements on there. But until that's done, we're not really going to be doing a whole heck of a lot with those tiles. So I think we're going to be wanting to get more specialists if we can in Timoak, starting with the university very, very soon. So let's head on here. And you can go ahead and build another farm because we can't get enough growth apparently. I think we're getting too much growth. Well, no, we're not getting too much growth. We're not having enough production, which is there's a difference there. Okay, going through these turns very, very slowly. And we have discovered metal casting. We have the forge, we have the workshop that we can now work on. This is done. Let's go ahead and get one of these mines going. You can go into the city and then go on to alert. You head over this way. And you know what? I think we'll just keep going around like so. And then you can head over here like so. Go shoot has grown. What tile are you working? You are working the fish. If we went to something like this... We're actually starving though, is the problem. So if we do that, we're stagnating, but then once we improve this sheep, we'll be able to switch to a double production, double food instead of the fish. And I think that's probably going to be better. We're going to get a little bit more growth. How fast, if we go to this, it's going to be 13 turns for that, 19 turns for that. So let's go like that. And we'll see what we can do. After this tile is improved, we're going to switch it to the sheep. Switch the worker over to the sheep and get him to approve that so that we can switch over to the sheep and the hill for maximum production. Okay, next turn. We do have a little bit of growth potential left here, but not much. Might actually want to build the Circus Maximus here. Although even that is going to end up a little bit late. But it's going to give us a pretty good backlog, or a pretty good buffer for happiness. Okay. Worker. Don't build a farm. or do I want a hill on this one? I'm probably gonna, or a mine, I should say. I'm probably gonna want a mine over here, just because it doesn't lose out on food in this city. Although we're gonna have a fair amount of food. Not really too worried about that. Hey, wait. Did they lose their city here? I didn't even see that. City ruins. So Brazil lost their city. Who are they at war with? They must have been at war with the Zulus. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so we're no longer growing there, but as soon as we get some extra happiness, we'll be able to switch to these fish, and the lighthouse will be there, which will increase their food. We'll get some work boats out. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, you've got that tile working. Go ahead and work that. It's slowing down the growth just a little bit, but it is getting the production up a little bit. And now you can go ahead and do what? You know what? Go ahead and build a farm there. Maybe I could want some trading posts once guilds are done. But you know what? One extra farm won't hurt. And then we'll build a couple of trading posts over here. And we can always improve that with a great person improvement after. And then you start heading towards Team Whack. Next turn. We're about to grow in a Gaidica. Yes, you wanted copper. We were selling it to you for 7 gold per turn. Let's go ahead and do that. Agatica did grow to the copper over here, so we're going to send one of these workers over here in order to pick that up. And in the meantime, is there anything, any resources that somebody, happiness resources that somebody would be willing to trade? Russia has a couple. Build a mine there. Keep coming around. Sure, this way. Do you want the workshop? So I think we're going to do that next, followed by Circus Maximus. Shaka has declared war on Poland. You know what? I think we're going to station you in Gaidica. Although I could send it down here and explore this a little bit. Although, I don't know if there's anything really crucial over there. Right, let's see if Catherine's willing to trade. What if we did... Hold on. Is there any... So truffles, and we were getting gold per turn. We're at 41 gold, so we're not doing too terribly. There's nothing that a city-state... Well, gems. City-states want us to connect to gems. I don't know if that's really possible, but we'll see. And Gattaca needs a new... you know what? Go for a workhouse, then a harbor. Workshop. That's what I want. Workshop, circus, harbor. Yeah, that looks good. I think that's what I want. And sometimes I see something and I say exactly the opposite of what it is. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and work the specialists. We're gonna need the science output. We're in starvation, which means what? We're going to need to work. I don't know why we're not working that. And then we could probably switch that off for three production here. And then once we get this improved, we'll go 3 production and 2 gold. That looks about right. Then we're going to avoid growth, or so we're not going to get any growth. We could just click that. I think that's alright. Look at how much food that produces, though. Each fish produces 5. That's ridiculous. I forgot about that. Okay, sorry. I want to keep those truffles for something else. Not for you. Yes. Let's do that. That works. And all of a sudden we got 4 happiness. Yay. And we could even switch back our high growth potential. And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, let's head over here. Go shoot. Buy me a workboat. And I'm gonna give you some more high growth. And then work that tile instead. Actually, work this tile. We'll get that improvement on that sheep very, very soon. And Timoak is about to grow. No, I do not want open borders with you. Shaka's the one guy that I don't really want. Pedro's become a nuisance. You want to go to war with Pedro. You're going to mop the floor with Pedro because he only has 1 city and you are a production queen, literally, or lady. Actually, she's not a queen. She's the Lady Catherine. So I'm going to say no. I have no interest in this arrangement. Sorry. Yeah, Russia has so much extra production. It's like not even funny. Like all those hills got an extra production. The resources or strategic resources, I think, get extra. Yeah, it's just crazy. It adds up so fast. You can head right into a Gattaca. And you should come off of whatever I was doing there. We do want both specialists going, so that is fine there. It looks alright. And then you can just sleep in there. The workboat, yes. Go fix up the fish. So that gave us an extra food and gold. So that is great. And then the production in Timoak. We actually have 2 extra. What do we want to do here? Probably the harbor. Let's start with the harbor. Oops. Let's start with the harbor and then we'll go from there. We might want to do the workshop right after. Although the stoneworks does give you a bit of happiness as well. We'll see. Harbor's almost done here. You have an extra truffles? Sure. I'll sell you that one. I maybe could have gone and gotten some wine from Shaka or ivory from Catherine. Not a big deal. I do want my border to grow to this iron. Hopefully. But we'll see if that happens. Just go on alert there. Okay, cargo ship. We do not have a quest, I believe. I don't remember seeing one. We might get those technology boosts. Yeah, so there's no quests that I can see. So let's just go for the highest gold. Which actually looks like Babylon. We are giving 1 science back, but that's alright. And let's go to the next turn. Mosunkani is about to grow. How's our spy doing, actually? 19 turns. It's coming along. Ten more turns until we get growth there. Are we gonna get growth there? Might be too slow. Oh no, it's gonna be the next one. So we're alright. Are we gonna get any happiness improvements? Doesn't look like it. Let's see what Lady Catherine wants for ivory. You want silk, iron, and horses. No, we're not going to do that. You've got salt, too? Did I see that before? I did not see that before. Salt is a really... I think I've mentioned this before, but it's such a good resource. You get... We just hover over it. You get the 3 good production right at the beginning, the 2 food and the 1 hammer, and then you also get gold. And it just keeps getting better once you add a mine on there. You get extra food, you get 3 food, as well as 2 hammers. Like, it's so good for extra production. And when you combine it with Catherine, the lady of the hammer, you end up with a ridiculous amount of production. Like, look at this. She's got 7 production on that iron block or iron tile right there. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough of praising Catherine. I do have to beat her in this situation. Goshut has grown. The borders, I should say. Mosunkani grew, and we can go to the next turn. And I think we're going to end the turn, or end the episode with this turn. As soon as it finishes, before we start doing our moves. So we're getting a little bit more production and a little bit more growth. Stuff is starting to happen. Our workers have been diligent in moving and improving tiles. We're getting a lot of growth, but we're just not getting enough production yet. So this mine is going to be important. And trying to squeak every last bit of production that we can out of these cities. So that's why these workshops are all very, very important. But I think we're going to end it there, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay? See you guys later. Bye.